When your hormones feel out of whack and you're struggling with poor focus, low energy, brain fog, irritating weight gain, things can get overwhelming fast. But listen, my loves, I consider it my job to sit with that overwhelm so that you don't have to. And what if I told you there is 2 things that you could focus on, 2 simple things that can help to remedy all of those things? Well, buckle up, sisters, because that's what we're covering in today's episode. Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed by health advice, struggling to stay consistent, and craving more ease in your diet and calm in your mind? Then you are in the right place, my friend. Welcome to the Health Habit Podcast. I'm Maria, a nature-loving herbalist, science-obsessed nutrition therapy practitioner, and your guide to holistic healing. If you're ready for simple wellness solutions, nutrition tips, and mindset shifts to help you feel energized, fulfilled, and in control of your health, then brew up some tea or crack open a kombucha and let's get into it. Did you know that there's something called silent inflammation? This is chronic inflammation that happens in the body without presenting as obvious inflammation symptoms. If you listened to episode 13, you might be recalling those situations, I know you know them, where your lab work's within range, nothing really seems overtly wrong, but you're not feeling 100%. Your body is not working the way it should, and you can feel it. One of those reasons could be because of silent inflammation, and it causes all of those things that I mentioned in the intro: the low energy, the persistent fatigue and brain fog, and the fact that you can't seem to maintain the weight that you want. You're struggling with productivity. Your body just feels off. Yeah, silent inflammation in science speak, it causes issues with energy regulation, hormonal function, and metabolism, slowly wreaking havoc on our body completely under the radar. But there are 2 key things that we can add into our lives and diets to correct silent inflammation. The first is antioxidants, and the second are omega-3 fatty acids. This is going to help correct the inflammation response in the body, help support your brain and cognitive health and performance, and inadvertently, by reducing inflammation, can help you with your weight goals as well. So this is like a super trifecta. And what's amazing about pretty much all things holistic wellness is that it's generally supportive for everybody. So even if you're not necessarily struggling with low energy, if you do these 2 things, you are preventing chronic inflammation in your body, and you are going to feel better because of it. So let's break it down. How do we prevent low-grade inflammation using antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids? First up, antioxidants. If you listen to the episode on sleep, episode 6, you learned that as we are just breathing, living, awake creatures, we build up toxic proteins. But we also build up other toxic byproducts too. And one of those things is called free radicals. And we're not going to get super into the chemistry, but essentially these free radicals steal something called electrons, it's just an atom thing, from the things around it. And when those things are thiefed upon, that is definitely not a real phrase, they are now not able to function optimally. And this causes, yes, you guessed it, inflammation in the body. So antioxidants help prevent free radical damage, that toxic effect, not by preventing the thief from ever stealing, but after the thief has stolen the electron, it provides the electron that was lost. Thus, harmony is restored. So if we consume more antioxidants, we prevent free radical damage, and that prevents inflammation. Simplest way to do this is just pick colorful fruits and vegetables. Think blueberries, guava, papaya, spinach, those bright colors. And also herbs too tend to be really high in antioxidants because plants get inflammation too. So they have evolved to create compounds that prevent the inflammation so that they are healthier and can live longer, because really, what lives longer than a tree? Just saying. Sorry, I'm a tree hugger. I gotta throw it in there every once in a while. The second thing that we can do, and yes, I'm moving fast. I'm giving you what you need to know and nothing but what you need to know to create results. So, second thing you can do is eat more omega-3 fatty acids. Here's a super quick crash course. There are two kinds of fats: the essential ones that your body cannot create on its own, and the non-essential ones that our body can form inside of itself, by itself, without food. The two essential fats are omega-6s and omega-3s, and both of them are really important for regulating the inflammatory response in the body. Because I will say, inflammation has its place, okay? It has its place. Sometimes we need to be inflamed to heal. I know that's counterintuitive, but just trust me here. The reason why we want to focus more on omega-3s is because we tend to only really eat omega-6s in our American diet, so we're not getting enough omega-3s, and the omega-3s only have an anti-inflammatory action, right? They only go down the anti-inflammatory pathway, whereas the omega-6s can be pro or anti-inflammatory. If we want to prevent silent chronic inflammation, we need to make sure that we're getting more omega-3s. That way the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is balanced and we have more of the anti-inflammatory action happening in our bodies. The best sources of omega-3 fatty acids are fish, but it needs to be wild caught. Just trust me on this. Wild caught fish, chia seeds, hemp seeds, walnuts, and flax seeds. But also fish oil supplements. And I want to take a few extra minutes to talk about this because it is very tempting to use supplements like a band-aid, right? Instead of making sure that we're getting hemp seeds in our diet and eating more fish, we can just take a supplement and you don't have to worry about it. It gives you peace of mind. And there's definitely something to be said about this, but you can end up wasting so much money on supplements that you don't need and then overly relying on them. And if you're listening to this podcast, we're trying to create self-reliance, right? We want to heal ourselves, not just put on band-aids. So when you're picking a fish oil supplement, first thing is it needs to be very high quality. Because an important thing to realize about supplements is a lot of the stuff that they're putting in is synthetic versions, and it's maybe not the quality that it needs to be to get the benefits. So don't waste your money on something that's not going to create health benefits for you. So high quality fish oil. And then there are times when I would just suggest taking a fish oil supplement. In my very first episode on Parkinson's, I suggest this because if you have an inflammatory issue, if you experience a lot of allergies, if you have something like Parkinson's or another neurodegenerative disorder, you probably need more than the average person. And if you think that might be you and you want extra support, reach out to me. But for most people, you do not necessarily need to take a fish oil supplement every day. So this is what I would suggest. The days you don't eat fish, you don't consume a good amount of chia seeds or hemp seeds or walnuts, take your fish oil supplement to help support your brain, to help mitigate the inflammation that naturally arises just by being living creatures. But you do not need to take it every single day. Okay, you can get what you need from food. Food is medicine, and that should be your top focus if you are trying to build optimal wellness and holistic lifestyle. If you are in my Facebook community, I recently shared that my new favorite snack is sardines because they are so loaded with omega-3s. The reason why sardines are my go-to thing that I grab when I need that omega-3 fatty acid in my day is because when you cook fish, you do lose some of the omega-3s. So raw is ideal. Like I'm talking, you're eating sushi with high quality, made to be eaten raw fish. If you're going to eat your fish cooked, the best way to prepare it to maximize the omega-3 content is steaming it or baking it at a fairly low temperature, wrapped in foil, like completely covered and wrapped in foil. So that is what I wanted to cover with you guys today. Silent inflammation can be the cause of the low energy, the weight imbalances, the brain fog, the poor ability to focus and be productive. All of that can stem from low-grade chronic inflammation. And we can remedy and prevent that silent inflammation from happening by making sure that we are eating more antioxidants in the form of those colorful fruits and vegetables and also herbs. And then by making sure that we're getting enough omega-3 fatty acids using things like fish, high quality fish oil supplements, hemp seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and flax seeds. Hello, beautiful human. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned something new and felt inspired or blessed. If so, please take a moment to share this with a friend who's also working to improve their health and wellness. And leave me an honest review on Apple Podcasts. It lights me up to know that this podcast is helping you. Now, go get some sunshine on your skin, and I will meet you back here on Saturday morning for another episode. Bye!